Hello everybody, this is Waldorf.
And it's a Statler.
And now we have Battle Report 225.
225.
Which is the Game 2 of Battlecry 2019. After my win against the Dwarves, I was lined up against the Ogre Khans.
Conquer another
one of my favorite armies. Yep. This one wasn't by choice, though. So there's my list. You can pause and take a look if you'd like. But moving on. He has a Shaman as his general. He has Gut Roarer, Magical Heirloom, Ritual Bloodletter, Wrestler's Belt, Light Armor, and an Iron Fist. He's a Wizard Master of Thaumaturgy.
Mm-hmm.
He has a Mammoth Hunter with Troll Eater, Cleansing Light, Flaming, which scares me, Leader of the Pack, Scout, and Great Weapon. He also has another Mammoth Hunter with Rotten Jaw, Dragon Staff, Potion of Strength, and an Iron Fist. I'm like, this one, when I talked to him before the game, I was like going over the list. I was like, really? A Potion of Strength on an Ogre Hunter? Really? I was like, maybe on your Shaman, but on an Ogre Hunter? Anyway, next, going on his list, 8 Bruisers with Champion Musician Standard and a Banner of Discipline. 3 more Bruisers. This is a fantastic unit. 11 Saber-Toothed Tigers for 330 points.
How big can they get?
11, I think.
Well, that's a weird number, but okay.
I don't know. I'm just guessing. 330 points for 11 of those. That's fantastic. That's 33 wounds.
Yeah.
33 wounds. And lined up 6 in the front, 5 in the back. That ends up being 18, 23 attacks at Strength 4, Agility 4, and their Resilience 4.
Yep.
For 330. That's really, really good. I like this a lot. When I did the list review, I was kind of making fun of it. I was like, no one ever does this. What the hell? And then I actually saw it, and I'm like, that's pretty good. Anyway, and it's a fast moving with swift stride.
There's actually a number of these single model chaff units that everybody takes.
Single models.
Yeah, that they've tried to, incentivize people to take them.
Right.
By making the add-ons so cheap. And people haven't bid on it, but, I think there's opportunities in a lot of them.
Yeah, I agree. This one turns out to be pretty interesting. Then 2 more on their own, Saber-Toothed Tigers. 2 Kin Eaters. 7 Bombardiers with Musician Standard and Banner of Discipline. And 2 Rock Aurochs. My old friends, the Rock Aurochs.
Yeah. Kin Eaters, some Bombards. I've seen a lot of Bombardiers in a lot of battle reports.
You don't, because they're so variable, so random.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this game, we're going to play Dawn Assault and Secure Target.
Okay.
Not sure yet who went first. So he placed this token here.
Okay.
And my token has to be 20. And of course, the Dawn Assault he chose this 18 inches not to be in.
Right.
And, I can't be in that 18 inches on the far right.
Yep.
So when he placed this here, I was like, 24 away, I can place this here, place my main combat units here, and keep this, and use the house helps me screen him off.
Right.
Fantastic. Love this deployment. Anyway, so that's what we have.
Looks like you deployed first and he's still setting up.
Yeah, I deployed first and he's still setting up. Correct. So there he goes after he's set up. Terrain-wise, there's a fence back here in the middle of his formations. Ruin on the left, forest on the right.
A rune or a ruin?
Rune. It's a dwarven rune. Impassable here in the center. Water feature, fence, and a field. And there's also a hill on the far right, which no one will get anywhere near. Because the targets are, of course, both here. He's trying to hide it from me by putting his papers on it, but I know it's there. So anyway, so now he's deployed. These are his...
It's a good way to slide it over.
Yeah, it is. He'll just keep shifting it.
Yeah.
He didn't want to forget his Yetis, so his kin eaters.
Right.
So I placed them here so he would see them every turn and remember to roll for him.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
Not a bad idea. No, I didn't object to it at all. So I mean, whatever. Anyway, so we're going to do that. So I'm hoping when I'm deployed this way, knowing what I see, I think the ferals smash anything in his army list. So I put them heavy here with a spider to help him. And then I'm putting these units over here to try to keep him on this side. That was my idea.
Right.
So he's got a rock back here facing sideways.
So where's the other one? Okay.
The unit of bombardiers and three bruisers.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't understand this, and I didn't even ask him. But I wasn't really sure what he was doing facing this way. Because unless the bombardiers move, he can't just reform forward and go. So I don't know what he was trying there.
It's just going to that objective.
Unless he wanted to march over to the objective, which probably is what he was doing. Anyway, there's one of his little saber tusks, big unit of bruisers with his shaman, one of his hunters with the saber tusk, and the other hunter with a lot of saber tusks. And the second rocker all the way on the side.
Okay.
So, vanguards. This is what happens on vanguards. He comes forward. He splits off from the saber tooth and comes forward. And that's where we're going to be on the first turn after vanguards. So we go on to turn one. Turn one, why not? The general's deployed too far to the left.
So much for holding the flank.
I can't get past this thing, and he knows that, and that's why he placed this guy here. But the general cannot see him, but the next guy in, the BSB, can see the back corner of him, so the BSB is going to go after him.
Okay.
Why wouldn't I? Anyway, so we're going to do that, and he fails. You can see him; he's come forward a bit.
Okay.
So the rest of my turn, the boar riders come forward far on the left. Spider comes up. All the Nashers come up. Even the ferals come towards the center. And the wolf riders
chaff these guys up so he can't move over.
Chaff him so he can't move over. He has to charge me. And then by charging me, he's going to be sitting here in front of this unit.
Yeah.
So, he didn't enjoy that move. And then the two units over here on the left come forward and occupy the fence. Because I keep looking at the other reason this works is
protects the guy.
Well, it protects the guy, and your opponent, if he's not too smart like me, keep looking at that as a unit of wolves.
Yeah. With
1 wound, toughness 3 guys each.
Because it's a unit of wolves.
Because it is a unit of wolves. Yeah. But I mean, I know it's not wolves, but that's what I keep thinking when I see that unit, because that's what it looks like. But anyway, I just keep thinking that, and I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. Anyway, so then I also cast. I'm worried about my trolls because this guy is I believe this guy is the troll leader guy who does multi wounds to trolls. So I bump up their toughness in case he wants to come at me. And then of course I have to work around this unit. Doesn't get very far forward because of this guy doesn't. This guy doesn't make his charge.
Yeah, probably for the better.
I would have crushed that guy. And I had my wolf riders here, which could have dashed out. And they were like here. Yeah. They could have. I measured before I did it, and they could have made it and screened this unit. So had I made it, which gives me 2 combats to finish him, which I think I easily do. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Anyway, it would be nice to lose my BSB on the first turn. It's a nice hole to try to dig yourself out of.
Yeah.
Anyway, so his first turn, his mammoth hunter walks around. Apparently, he's not worried about being charged either because he's just going to sit in front of my army.
Yep.
Bruisers come forward to help. The other bruisers, the small bruisers, charge into my wolf riders, and the whatever these guys are, bombardiers, just shift to the right 3 inches.
Okay.
Rock comes around the corner and turns towards the front. Get in position, and he charges the Nashers.
Okay.
and brings his other one up to chaff the
Chaff the
trolls.
trolls. Okay.
And kind of chaffs
Yep.
stuff over here.
And brings up his rock.
Brings his rock up a bit, not very aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
And over here he chaffs my ferals with his other little one. I'm not sure. I think this was kind of a wasted chaff move for him, unless he was just trying to slow me down to where I had to charge him.
Yeah.
And get him out of the way. Simply because I thought, there's nowhere I can charge with this unit. Didn't think it was necessary to.
Yeah, it stops you marching up and
Do with
being on
that.
his flank. So.
Correct. Maybe like I said, maybe that's what he was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so that's what that looks like over there.
And who knows? You could flub your roll and go running into that rubble.
Yes. Oh, and then on his turn, so he casts a comet into the ruins.
Mm-hmm.
So they're already ruined. He wants to ruin them further.
Yeah.
And then the bombardiers. This is why the bombardiers aren't so great. I mean, 6 of them can see me, and 6 shoot and kill 4 Nashers.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just way too random of a unit.
Yeah, no, they're definitely random.
If there were 3 plus D3 instead of D6, I think you would see them a lot more.
Oh, absolutely. We see them a lot more.
Just to bring the average up by 1 and brings the average up by what, 1.5?
Yeah.
Which anyway, actually by 2 maybe. I don't know. The average now is what, 3.5 per roll.
Mm-hmm.
That would make it 4.5. So it only brings it up by 1, but the reliability factor goes way up.
Yeah.
Anyway, they need something. So anyway, shoots off a few of those. Sits around here, and then just completely wipes out my unit.
Okay.
I thought the fence was going to save me, but -1 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't. Obviously, I'm defensive weapon skill 4. He's offensive 4 with the unit, and -1. He needing 5 to hits, but it's just so many attacks.
Right.
Because they've got 3 each, and I just miscalculated that completely.
And you're squishy.
And I'm very squishy.
Okay.
So they smash me and turn
the face and
reform and move. They kick the fence out of the way
break the fence
because they figured they just ate it.
Yeah.
And that's it. So that's what it looks like. We're going to go into turn 2. So turn 2.
Oh my.
Lots of stuff. So the spider declares a charge at the bruisers. The bruisers, seeing that when they get wiped out, they're gonna give me a free charge because the bruisers killed 4 of the wolf riders with 6 attacks. That's probably about right.
Chased
chased the remainder, didn't catch him, and ended up there. So the spider's going to declare a charge on them. Again, if the spider makes it to there, it's an easy overrun into this. So he decides to flee. Spider redirects into the rock.
Okay.
Ferals, got to get it out of the way sooner or later. So just
Yep.
plug it, and it's the only thing that can charge it right now. I guess
Sure,
I might
there's
have.
an extra character floating around you can do that with.
No, they're all floating over there to the right. I might have, now that looking back at it, I might have been able to declare a long charge here and just hope to clear enough space for them to get into it.
Yeah.
But if they don't go far enough, if they fail and don't go far enough, then they're stuck, and that's a real pain. So we knew that. BSB gets his wish, and he's going to go in on turn 2 instead of turn 1.
Okay.
And the general wants to join the fun, so he's going to charge straight forward, make
general.
a hard right, and go into this unit.
Because he can.
I can see the unit through
barely?
the gap. Yeah, I can see it through the gap, and I can see over this because he's small.
Yeah.
I can see completely over this, so I can see like this and stuff. And the trolls are going to go kill the little puppy dog. So that's what we got. And when I do all this, I'm hoping that these guys are going to make a rerollable 6 March test.
Okay.
Because something needs to stop that rock from hitting my general in the flank.
Yeah.
Just saying. Preferably. So anyway, so we do that. The bruisers fled. The redirect works, and it was either
So they fled and ran off the table.
They fled, and he knew they were going to flee, and
Yeah.
they were going to go off the table.
Yep.
But he had to do it because he didn't want my spider on this, and the spider rolled either 11 or 12 and made it anyway.
Okay.
I'm not sure. It was either 11 or 12. It was a big number. My Wolf Rider, on the other hand, did not make his rally check.
Comment never came in on his.
And ran away.
On his turn, obviously.
Well, it never comes on his. Yeah. Mine is coming
That
out.
was the next phase, yeah.
Yeah, so the Boar Riders that were over here said, okay, let's get out of here.
Yep.
And they head down the field. Also puts them near the scoring token, but primary issue was to get away from this. Nashers come forward. Not sure why they didn't come further. Oh, they failed their march test. Never mind.
Okay.
Because this guy's right here.
Yeah.
And their leadership 5, and there's no characters anywhere near them.
Yep.
Anyway, so, and the Boar Riders here just backed off.
Back off.
There's little rocks dropping in here, and I think a big one's going to follow. So they backed off. BSB, of course, makes it in. The Wolf Riders do make their rerollable 6 and get out here where they need to be. The Boar Boys, redress their ranks and move up a bit. Not a lot, because I don't want to get charged by bruisers.
Yep.
And you can see the general has made it in as well. So, remember when I was doing the list review, I said, why would a hunter carry a potion of strength?
Yeah. I guess that's why.
Well, he used his potion of strength and killed me. He just smacked me on top of the head and flattened me into the dirt. Even more fortunate for me, the Boar Boys decided they didn't like that.
Did you do anything to him? So like 2.
Yeah, there's 3 wounds on him. He's almost dead. He's one away from being dead. Yes.
Okay.
I almost killed him. Yeah. So he smashed me flat, panicked the Boar Boys. They headed towards the edge of the board, taking the shaman with them, of course. Yeah. Over here, I did not... again, even despite the fact they just showed me what they could do, I still kind of underestimated them, and did not issue a challenge on the first turn.
Oh, you didn't challenge. I saw his chats. I thought you challenged him.
I didn't, and then he actually moved down 1 to get in base contact with me. Because that was my thought. My thought was to go in, smash 5 or 6 dogs, break his steadfast, and crush them. Well, the dogs have 2 or 3 wounds each.
They're light troops, aren't they?
I don't think so. Well, I don't know. That's a good point. Maybe they're not. Oh, that's a bad thing if they're not. If they are. Forgot all about that. And I even got off the Orc Hereditary.
Okay.
Which I'm drawing a complete blank on at the moment. Where I'm re-rolling the hits. So I put all my attack. He shifts down because I'm like, okay, if he stays off the side, I just butcher dogs. If he comes down, I put my attacks on him and try to kill him. Well, even with re-rolls, I did 3 wounds to him. Again, missed him by 1 as well. So anyway, and he put a wound on me. Either he did it or the dogs did it. I'm not sure which. But I shouldn't have been fighting him. Actually, he put 2 on me. I shouldn't have been fighting them both. I should have only been fighting him. I should have issued the challenge. Just dumb move.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hoping to kill him because they got crappy leadership. So.
Yeah. So, well, they're 9s with him. If I kill him. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And even if they are not light troops and they're steadfast, doesn't matter because, anyway. So up here, I think I put 3 wounds on the Rock, and it put 2 wounds on me.
Okay.
It stuck around the first round. I got Chilling Howl off onto the Bombardiers.
Who's the old couple laying on the felt?
They moved off this because apparently they couldn't stand well up there. They slid off a couple times, so they went to bed in the ruins. So there we have that. There should be another marker here because we've done magic and it did not come down.
It didn't come down.
It did not. So back to his turn. Actually, 2. Yeah, it looks like there's a 3rd wound back there.
Yep.
Anyway, back to his turn. The Bruisers are going to try a long charge into the Trolls. And the Rock, of course, is going to charge the Wolf Riders. And that was it.
And that was that. Okay.
Of course, they both make it, and this long charge really was not pleasant for me. Wasn't happy, but they're there.
All about the Aegis save.
What's that?
So it's all about the Aegis save. Yeah.
You mean the fortitude for the trolls?
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, so we got that. The Bombardiers shot off a couple of them last turn.
So one of his Kin Eaters must have appeared somewhere.
And there, so both his Kin Eaters came in. One popped in back here behind my Boar Riders.
Okay.
To try to get him off this. He's going to use them to shift him off the objective.
Right.
The other one came in at the other end near my other board. Like, it's actually below these guys.
Okay.
He came in to harass them.
Okay.
There you go. His Mammoth Hunter turns around, gets in position to go mess with both these units. Not going to mess with this one with one wound left, but I don't even know that he wants to mess with either one of these with one wound left.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he comes around. The Bombardiers decide to fire, and they manage to kill one. They do have a Chilling Howl on them. So, Comet once again fails to come in. Goes up to 3 counters. There you go. Look at that. Boom. One guy. It's impressive. Fail to come in. I got that. So, second round of combat. This time I do issue a challenge, and he kills me.
And he punked you.
He did. Not thrilled at all. Just a bad turn of events.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that happened there. The Rock, of course, blows out these guys.
Yep.
They came in, charged me. I did 3. He did 3. He won by a banner, a rank, and a charge. I must have done 4 wounds to him. Because I lost this combat by 2. And they rolled a 2 on their leadership 4 break test. Their leadership 4 minus 2. The only chance they had of staying was that.
Yep.
And they make it. Fantastic. Incredibly lucky. It's all skill. Anyway, so the Rock smashes the Wolf Riders, and because of the space constraints in here, doesn't bother to reform. He's just going to head out this way. There's his other Kin Eater down there on the bottom. So we're going to go into my turn 5. I mean, my turn 4? I think so. My turn 4. The Spider killed off, on his turn, second round of combat, the Spider killed off the Rock. And the...
Panicked the other guys?
No, he turned to face, and then at the beginning of this turn, declared a charge on them, and they fled.
Okay, from...
Willingly.
Oh, willingly. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't want to fight him.
Okay.
So he fled. He needed I think it was an 8 to stay on the... 8 or less to stay on the board. He managed to roll that, and I failed to catch him.
Oh, okay. That's a risk taker.
Yeah, I thought it was fairly risky, but whatever. That's what he did. He also threw a spear at them and killed one of those. That's why there's only 4 left.
Okay.
There, my Boar Boys back here rallied. My Nashers can't march. They didn't. Did they fail a march test? They must not.
So they reformed.
They reformed to face the Hunter.
They don't have musicians, so.
They don't have musicians. They just reformed to face the Hunter. The Boar Boys just walked away from the Hunter, knowing they're going to get. I mean, the Kin Eater, knowing they're going to get rear charged by him, but not much they can do about it. The Trolls. The Trolls actually went nuts and smashed this unit in front of the Bruisers, and then ran them down.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. The Trolls, the like you said before, the fortitude saves, kicked in, and he did almost nothing to this unit.
Yeah.
And they just smashed him flat. It was pretty good. I was very impressed. Again, you can see the Boar Boys down here have rallied, and they've turned to look at this guy.
Right.
The only reason this works is because the Trolls are blocking this unit.
Okay.
And the unit can't charge away from the character. The character can charge away from the unit.
Right.
The unit can't charge away from the character, so he can't get past them. Otherwise, I would be in big trouble down there.
Unless he sends his character in.
What? I mean, he can charge the Trolls, but he can't go here. He can send the character alone down here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But that doesn't scare me that bad. Because I'll charge him. I'll challenge him out with a Scarification Mage.
Yeah.
And hopefully that'll deal with him. Who knows? So anyway, so on his turn, he double charges the trolls, trying to get some revenge for what they did to their buddy.
Yep.
His Kin Eater charges the rear of the Boar Boys. And he rallied his Bombardiers. His Hunter must have declared a charge at these guys and they fled. Not sure why I would have fled from that. With only one wound left on him. Thought I would have tried to stick it out. Anyway.
Down
So
3 guys, right?
what's that?
He didn't like throw a spear at you and kill the guy and make you
Maybe.
panic.
It looked like there was 4 there.
Okay.
So anyway, these 2 units smashed the trolls.
Yeah.
Because that is the troll eater guy.
Yeah.
And the Kin Eater had come into my front. So this turn the Comet drops. Comet drops, kills off the Nashers that were here.
Right.
Does nothing to Spider. Put 3 wounds on his
Oh, really?
Kin Eater.
Oh, he got a good range too, didn't it?
Yeah. He rolled a 10, I think, for
Yeah.
range, plus the token. So it was
Yeah.
like a 12 or 13. Anyway, it was a big range. Didn't quite reach this guy, unfortunately.
Okay.
It was just out of range of him. But yeah, it thumped a couple guys bad. Because it dropped him down to 1 wound left, we poked him, we killed him. He killed 3 of us, but our attacks back killed him.
Oh, okay.
He only had 1 left.
Yeah.
Had he had 2, would have been fine. Anyway, so that's how it is.
So you beat the Kin Eater.
I beat the Kin Eater. These guys beat the trolls and overran, and missed. He missed getting into me by an inch or 2.
So that fight was first.
That fight was first. Missed me getting into me by that. I killed the thing and pivoted, face this way. Actually, he did the Kin Eater fight
So did the
first.
Kin Eater first.
Yes. Otherwise, I would have faced the other
Right.
way. Yeah. So anyway, so that's where it stands going into my 4.
Okay.
So the Boar Boys just take a leisurely stroll forward. They attempted to march. They failed their march test, so they couldn't. They could only go 7. Actually, you know what they did? They didn't. They charged this guy.
Oh, okay.
They charged this guy, failed charge, and only came forward to there.
Oh, okay.
I looked at it, and I only needed like a 3 to get out of his arc.
Right.
So I went ahead and tried it. Of course, if I would have rolled 3 1s, I would have been very, very regretful of that. It would have been on the slide of stupid mistake. So, anyway, back on my turn as well, the Spider charged into the Bombardiers,
Okay.
who've got Curse of the Break the Spirit on them.
Okay.
Curse of the Break the Spirit.
There you go.
And that's where we ended up. And these guys, the Ferals, are just sitting on this token.
Yep.
Not quite sure why they didn't turn around. Oh, because we were pressed for time. That's what it was.
You were hoping to tempt him to charge you.
We were pressed for time. He's actually looking away from me.
Yeah.
But we were pressed for time,
Uh-huh.
and we didn't think we were going to get another turn in.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't even bother to turn them around. Just like I didn't bother to turn the Spider around.
Okay.
It's there after it smashed them. Could have turned around to the center of the board, but we didn't think we were going to get another turn in. Of course, this turn went so fast, it turned out to be okay. We got another turn in. So, yeah, there's still 4. Must have been something else that scared them. Maybe I just willingly fled. Anyway, so back to my turn. They're going to decide. They decide to charge him since he's got 1 wound left.
Yep.
Turn 5.
Something's being measured.
Turn 5. He over here he had this is where he moved these 2 units to. Neither one could charge me, but he put it in place so if I walk forward, one way or another, he's going to get 1 into me.
Yeah.
And he threw a spear at me and killed the guy that was standing right there.
Okay.
So the hunter stands and shoots, picks off a boar rider, and they flee. And there we go. I turn around on my 5th turn, still my 6th.
Okay,
I should have turned around last turn, but I turned around this turn. And the boar riders turned.
So So on your turn, you charged him.
On my turn, I
threw it
charged.
off,
He
and
threw.
then on his turn.
So now this is the end of my turn. So the turn I tried to charge him, I also turned my ferals around finally, brought my spider up, and this unit turned around and faced.
So this is turn 6 now?
Still 5.
Okay.
Same turn.
Okay.
Same turn I charged him.
Okay.
And fled.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so they move forward there to keep the rock out of the fight. And on the bottom of turn 5, even with Break the Spirit on them, they charge in.
Mm-hmm.
And Hunter just stands out there because there's nothing he can do at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Did this win? What would happen in this fight? Oh, yeah. This fight, he killed 2 of me. I put 5 wounds on him because he already had a wound on him.
Mm-hmm.
I put 5 wounds on him, and that's where it ended. But he stuck. He stood there. So it ended up being a 14-6 with the objective to me. That's not the right numbers because those are the exact same numbers on both ones.
Yep.
So it ended up being a 14-6 with the advantage to me with the objective. So I had a 17-3.
Oh, it's 14-6.
14-6 before
okay.
objective.
Yeah. Okay.
And then it came down to 17-3.
Ah, look close.
I mean, he was pretty beat up. I thought it was going to be closer.
Yeah.
But ended up being 17 because maybe they beat him on that last turn. So anyway, mistakes on this one. I think the big mistake was bringing these guys up to the wall. Instead, they should have just moved over here a little bit and just, kind of wheeled over here and wheeled back and kind of sat back here looking out this way.
Right.
Because I just underestimated this unit completely. That was a big mistake on this game. The other mistake...
Well, it kept the troll leader out of your trolls for longer.
It kept... Yeah. Well, no, had they charged the trolls, I think the trolls had a shot at being okay. Especially when they had the toughness buff on them.
Yeah.
Anyway. The other mistake, again, there was no reason for this unit to be exactly 6 inches away from that BSB.
Right.
All I had to do was back up a ½ inch and they would have been fine.
Yep.
I'm just, wasn't thinking about it at the time. And so, therefore, got caught. So anyway, like I said, 2 mistakes, but I still came off with a 17 on this one. So,
yep.
Very happy. One of them was the lucky charge for this guy getting in.
Right.
With a big number. I still think I was okay on this side. It's just the ferals would have had to come up, I think, more. He did a good job keeping the ferals tied up here with this stupid thing. Because it kept them on this side and they couldn't get around to this unit.
Yeah, it's basically just made him an expensive objective taker.
Yeah, because I wanted them to come around and I wanted this unit to follow up.
Right.
Of course, I wanted this guy not to be there until he pulled out his potion of strength. I want a lot of things, and apparently he doesn't want to give them to me.
You wanted resistance to a potion of strength.
Exactly. It's like, why would you give a potion of strength to a hunter? Oh. Why would you take 11 dogs? Oh. Anyway. So I'm learning lessons. That's what I'm doing. All right. That's going to do it for game 2. Thanks for listening.
Till next time.